What, Pika? It's first things first. I need to take my vitamins. Vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, vitamin B, vitamin C, omega fatty acids. Come on. Give me a second, Pika. Everyone can see us. What was that all about, Pika? You got to get better at these cold opens. We pay you good money, don't we? Welcome back once again. It is time for the Comics Coffee Table, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We congregate here at our very own Comics Coffee Table, where we like to talk about sequential art and panels and storytelling and comics and comic books and nerd and geek stuff. We do. Delicious. This is a geeky chill stream, and that is what we do every day. We just hang out for a couple of minutes. We take our minds off our minds. We leave the real world's problems over there just for a couple of minutes in our busy days, whether it's work, kids, home, parents, life. We need a break at least once a day to use some escapism for its intended purpose, to make us feel good, give us some respite, And then let's get back to the day and clobber our problems and not have our problems clobber us. All right. Well, we usually rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. It's the focus of the show. Also about just spreading the knowledge of, hey, we got to get back to our local comic book shops and spend our money there. I need new supplies in order to pull off this huge task of mine. Don't you need supplies too? You need boxes, you need boards, you need bags? Well, get them from your local comic book shop. They need your patronage. Seriously, they're a mom and pop brick and mortar shop, and it's a local business. We need to get back out to our village squares and to our main streets and visit the stores that are not the big boxes, that are not the big chains, and that are not the online supply chain that we all rely upon. We need to, you know what? Lockdown happened. It's over. Get out of the house. It's a beautiful day out there. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm staying in. It's going to be too hot today. I'm going to turn on the AC and not suffer. And, but yeah, so Saturday we took we got a daily newspaper and we looked at the funny pages. And I had an idea, like, when was the last time you bought a Sunday newspaper? See, I'm of the 20th century, I'm an old guy. I grew up with the Sunday paper and the daily paper, which kind of it's parallel to, but was more ubiquitous than a comic book. So I probably was exposed to the newspaper funny pages well before I've even handled a comic book. Reading the paper in Grandpa's lap. Stuff like that, So what did I do? I'll tell you what I did. Yesterday, I went out and bought the Sunday paper. The Sunday paper. $6 for the Sunday paper. We're not really going to examine, newspapers as like a fair comparison to comic books, because they're both part of the print publication industry. They're both periodicals. They're both they both come from a similar marketplace, the newsstand. And they're both suffering as the 21st century progresses, and we're given this new choice of the digital medium of tablets, and also it's interesting because any news print publication is literally yesterday's news. And I'm just I'm a little bit taken aback. I've stepped back from news over the years. It's not the same what it used to be, or maybe it was always this way. I was an NPR, National Public Radio news junkie for decades. I was a big reader of the Boston Globe versus the Boston Herald, which is the more tabloid, working class newspaper. This is the more erudite, serious journalism, 27 Pulitzer Prizes. It's always been a progressive and greener and liberal kind of, and very Democrat kind of publication. Although they have, supported, Republican governors in the past. Here in Massachusetts, I'm speaking strictly from one of the 50 states here in the United States of America, of Massachusetts, part of New England. We've kind of been here the longest, huh? Delaware might have been the first state, but we invented this shit. Let's see. The big part of the Sunday paper for many of us was this: the funny pages. See, the dailies used to be just strictly black and white. Now it's just, it's color, but the Sunday funnies were a little different. They were bigger. They had their own pull-out section. There were more comics in the Sunday papers, and they were in color. And so, yeah, now the Sunday pages, the Sunday funnies, are down to 4 pages. Most of the same stuff that we saw on Saturday. Yeah. And look, this is newsprint. And this is how, like I'm saying, this is what, if you had a newsprint copy of a comic book on a spinner rack for a lower price, instead of the higher executive versions that we get at the direct market with the cardstock covers and the better paper, it would probably look a lot like this. And, but yeah, the Sunday Globe. And here is the most prime real estate. So this crabgrass has to be the matinee, the marquee strip today. I've never heard of this. This is where Garfield used to be. Like Garfield was in the Boston Globe for a long time. Underneath it would be Bloom County, or and you have Prince Valiant. Look, we still have the Family Circus by Bill Keane. Is that? Let's look that up real quick. Family Circus is so old. And remember, too, that comics were comic books, something such as More Fun #1 in 1935 by National Publications, which became DC Comics. That was a response to newspapers with original content, not just reprints. Let's see, we're gonna read from the wiki. That's right. The Family Circus, originally the Family Circle, also Family Go Round, is a syndicated comic strip by cartoonist Bill Keane, and since Bill Keane's death in 2011, is currently written, inked, and rendered colored by his son, Jeff Keane. Oh, that's cool. The strip usually uses a single caption panel with a round border, hence the original name of the series, which was changed following objections from the magazine Family Circle, which is no longer in publication. The series debuted in 1960 and has been in continuous production ever since. According to publisher King's Features Syndicate, it is the most widely syndicated cartoon panel in the world, appearing in 1,500 newspapers. Compilations of the Family Circus comic strips have sold over 13 million copies worldwide. And it's always cute. It's cutesy, Usually, this is the Family Circus, Sunday version. So we have 4 sequences here. Usually it's one panel, and it has that round border, as we said. And the Family Circus Sunday here, yeah, as we can see, and it's cutesy, because that's its brand, man. If you pick up a Garth Ennis magazine, you're getting Garth Ennis content. You pick up a Family Circus, you're gonna get. Here's a good one. Caption it. Where you look at the art and then you send in the caption. And if you are the lucky winner, you get your caption printed up underneath the panel. Oh gosh, Doonesbury, man. Well, it's like I said about Garth Ennis. I mean, you're gonna read a Garth Ennis comic book, you're getting Garth Ennis content. You're gonna read Doonesbury, well, you're in for it reads like Twitter in 2018. It really does. I mean, it just, gosh, it just, seriously. Like, that's an unfunny page. Seriously. Oh man. You got rhymes with orange here in the back. You think that some of the DC and Marvel art's bad. Look at this F-. I mean, sorry, not really dissing your product here, but I mean, geez. Wow. Yeah, funny pages, not what they used to be, huh? You got Rose's Rose. Notice that Pasquale has not aged in 30 years. They must have had some kind of Crisis on Infinite Roses or something. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, there's Bizarro. Bizarro was like a knockoff version of Gary Larson's The Far Side, which was an incredibly witty and funny panel from the 80s and 90s. The Mummy's Curse, sir. Oh, Waka Waka. Yeah. So this is what passes as safe. This is as safe as it gets. This is like, well, the exception of Doonesbury, which has always been has a political bent to one side. I'm in the middle. I mean, I'm like, that's like really fucking awful. And those are the funny pages. I read the Sunday paper yesterday. I mean, let's look at it real quick. It was $6 for this. Remember, we pay $3.99 a month for a 32-page, full color, on decent paper with an even better cover, unless you're Marvel Comics. But let's do some math here. We're gonna do some math. How many pages are in a Sunday paper? Okay, we got 14 in the S section here. And this is what kind of sells the paper too, local stuff. This is all filled with local high school players. Let's talk about, wow. Where's the diversity? Ugh, they gotta do better. We've got 16 pages. In the real estate pages, we've got 8 pages. In the ideas section, this is a Sunday, these are like the Sunday bonus features. We've got 22 pages. In the travel section. Sunday arts as well. One thing I noticed in the Sunday and the one thing that I noticed in the daily paper that I forgot to mention, and I just noticed in the Sunday paper, there are no movie listings. that's where you would find the movie list. They would just be like bricks and bricks of, now showing, and like you would see the movie art and the sports page. We've got 12 pages. I hadn't read Kevin Paul DuPont's hockey column in years. And I'm just, hockey in July, huh? Not much to talk about. But I mean, back in the 20th century, when we didn't have ESPN or the constant news cycle, you had these baseball box scores to pour over the next day and just to eat up statistics and just to look at all this stuff. It's like, how's Nomad doing? And like, and at bats, runs, hits, blah, blah, woof, woof. You've got 10 pages in the Metro section, which is local news. And then we have 22 pages in the A section. This is the first section here. It starts here. And this is so definitely like just, it's like I gave up NPR for a reason, because it was just too much of just, dare I say, the bleeding heart crap. Which we need the bleeding heart crap, because without the bleeding heart crap, we would become unsensitive, undersensitive humans. Just like armed extremists, frailty of dams, refugees of a hostile state, jeez. And then also comes the magazine insert. And I didn't want to even just bring up like mostly every staff writer is a woman too. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that there's a huge bent on academia, postmodernism, and that is literally the lens of which this paper is. I mean, this is the Boston Globe magazine and the Sunday crossword puzzle. I love the crossword puzzles. The solution's on the first page. But yeah, as we often do, let's look at the colophon. I mean, the indicia. We have contents. We have a masthead. And let's see. Yeah, that's about it. That's a magazine. But I don't want to sound like, misogynist by saying something like, well, all these, uppity women are writing all these articles and it's all bleeding heart crap. But it is all these articles written by women that's all bleeding heart crap. And it's like, there's a, the first paragraph of a news article, it's called a lead, L-E-D-E. So, and it's misspelt on purpose so it didn't get confused in the 20th century with L-E-A-D. That could also be lead, and lead as in the metal that's used for the typeface that would go into because then they don't print like that anymore. It's all laser stuff. Lasers, right? But yeah, that was our experience with the Sunday paper. I mean, yeah, underwhelming, I guess. All this $6 for 104 pages of newsprint, well, plus 4 pages here. That's 108, and then you have the magazine, which is 27. So that's 135 pages of content all day. And what I'm surprised what's absent. There are no circulars. you would usually find in the see, as a kid, the Sunday paper was a weekly event that you would get the circulars for the local chain stores, and in those would be bra ads that we would oogle over. Yeah, ancient hub, and in toys. We would just pour over, like, the Toys R Us circular, the Child World circular, and they're not here anymore either. It's just it's so interesting to see, this sea change. I hadn't bought a Sunday Globe over a decade. It's been a while. I can't remember the last time. Yeah, I used to be a big news junkie. I used to watch Meet the Press on NBC every Sunday morning, 10:30. Holy ground! Don't mess with me and Tim Russert. I think the show it died with Tim Russert, really. And I know it preceded Tim Russert. But, I mean, yeah, Chuck Todd was just, it's just not my... Oh, it's changed. You just haven't changed. Either I haven't changed enough, or I haven't changed at all, or I changed too much. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. But yeah, Sunday fun. These are the funnies. And this is what pretty much invented comic books. A response to the syndicated strips everybody read the newspapers. It was ubiquitous. It was everywhere. And comic books were a response to that. And for 10 cents, you can get 60 pages full of original content with new characters and adventures that you could not find in your daily paper or Sunday paper. I'm going to say, here's Bliss. Doesn't that just sum it up? Oh, how do you think your folks will react? The dog is in love with the cat. I mean, are there levels here to unpack? Should we be talking about the intersectionality of love is love or interspecies here? And when I talk like that, that's my AOC voice. Because when I hear this mocking, bleeding heart crap in my head, I have a conservative voice too, and it's like pretty much. I think it's pretty much in George W. Bush's voice, which is just as funny to me. You know what I mean? Consumers got to go out there and start spending again. Consumers, Oh man, being in the middle is tough, man. We can both wings. Maybe it's time to evolve and lose our wings and go back to swimming, or maybe it's time to go to space. Oh boy, zits! It's about life with a teenager. Your kid's grown up. And now your kid's a teenager, and life has a completely new set of problems. Curtis is funny, Like I said, these are family oriented, but let's look at the brass tacks of it. This is still what we enjoy. I mean, these are sequential panels. We could get fuzzy here. We've got 8 panels, 8 story beats. We've got space for dialogue. We've got space for art and expression. And like what we call micro expressions or aggressions, or there's no narrative caption, so we'll occasionally have thought bubbles, sure, but there's never really. Let's see if we can find an example of. Yeah, there's no... I can't give you an example if there's like a narrative box anywhere in the corner. Aw. The Pooch Cafe. What is... I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Is that a dog or a wolf? Is this supposed to be sheepdogs? Or is this like another intersexual metaphor about wolves in sheep's clothings? I don't get it. I don't know. Like, when was the last time you bought a Sunday paper? I mean, have you seen a newspaper recently? I mean, I paid $6 for this, so I paid $9.50 in 1 week for just like newsprint stuff, just like for yesterday's, quote unquote, yesterday's news. I just got it for the experience. I got them basically for the funny pages for the show. Yeah, I got no interest in news. I wish I, well, why would I wish I did? Why would I wish that on anyone? Aw. I know. Adam's talking to the dog. Aw. It's cutesy. Just blown away by this Doonesbury, but I'm kind of blown away by this Doonesbury, but I shouldn't be, because it's, you know, it's... Jeez, I wonder if... Damn. Pika, are you reading over my shoulder again? Do you know how rude that is? What? You don't care? Alrighty. Yeah, I'm going to make this one a short one today. I mean, yeah. It's the Sunday paper. And it's the funny pages. That's all we got. Yeah. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in today. I'm going to wrap it up. And thanks for hanging with us and having a cup of coffee. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And we'll see you tomorrow with some real comic books. Boarding, bagging. I got a plan. I think I am going to make a Miller World short box. I've got enough. It's time. And seriously, with Big Game being released on Wednesday, we got more to talk about that tomorrow. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.